Good morning, everybody. This is Calvin Butler once again with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and from the RBBS National Network of Dispatchers. So that is our new official heading on our website, and that we are submitting to the State Licensing Division this week, our new name, which is the RBBS National Dispatchers Network. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody real quick, but today we are having a special session. Today we are going to do questions and answers. I noticed that a lot of you have had a lot of questions on the chat groups, okay? So we're going to do questions and answers. That's going to be the whole session. Let me go and start sharing my screen so everybody can see what we got going on. The screen is now being shared. Everybody should be able to see what I see. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to, I don't know if I should mute the mic. Does everyone know how to unmute their own mic?
I do, yes.
All right, great. Because today we're going to have questions and answers. Questions and answers. All right? When you want to ask a question, you are going to type in. Everybody knows how to use the typing in session. Oh, Charles Mundy said he don't know how to use, what if the carrier doesn't? Well, hold on, Mr. Davis. Give me a second. you got the questions going in already. All right. Okay. Okay, Charles, you got it. All right. So, all right. There's going to be questions and answers. So here's what I want y'all to do. If you want to ask a question and you want to be on, and you want to ask it and be heard on the recording, just unmute yourself and ask the question. But before you do so, type in, I have a question, okay? And then I will tell you, okay, if Chantel says, I have a question, then I'll say, Mr. James, go ahead with your question. And you can unmute yourself and ask your question. If you just want to ask your question and not be heard, just type it in and send it to the group, and I will read it and then answer it. Everybody got that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, great. Well, y'all on point this morning. Y'all done woke up, you got y'all's coffee and your grits and eggs. For those of you who in the South, y'all up north, y'all know nothing about them grits and eggs with that salt and pepper. Y'all be putting sugar on y'all grits. I don't know.
Ew, sugar.
I don't know where the hell y'all would get that.
That's a northern thing.
Yeah, pardon my language, but that's crazy.
That's straight from up north.
Yeah, that's just blasphemy, putting sugar on grits. What? All right. So y'all know over the South, I like them grits, eggs, throw me some chocolate sausage. And chop that sausage in there.
Hey, Calvin, come on, man. I had the coffee. I ain't had the breakfast yet. You got to stop.
Yeah, forget the bacon. I just go straight to the crackling. And y'all know what crackling is.
I got you.
All right, let's get started. All right. Also, we had a big week this week. We had some people that landed some really nice contracts. I got to give a shout out to the new guy. One of our rookies, Mr. Ricardo. Mr. Ricardo and Mr. Todd Ricardo. Chantier, she did her thing week before. Y'all have been landing some big deals. We got some I think, who was it? Was it Ricardo that landed the 42 truck deal? I think that was Ricardo. Or was that yeah, that was Ricardo. And some other people landed some big deals this week too. So keep that up, keep that going. Mr. Tony Davis still doing his thing. I think we went over and showed you all how we do the how we process the invoices. We showed you all that on yesterday too. We sent it out over the chat group and stuff. All right. Before we get into the question and answer sessions, let's go into a little bit of review here real quick and bring everybody up to speed. Everybody knows that we have our new website. This is our new website, okay? RBBStransport.com. This is a new website. National Dispatchers Network. That's our new official name. Okay, National Dispatchers Network. Let's go ahead and I'm going to mute everybody real quick so everybody can hear me. Okay, National Dispatchers Network. That is the official name of what you all are part of right now. You are all students in the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Okay, that's the consulting side of it. That's how we consult with you all. That's how we can legally consult with you all and train you all. Now, how you all can get paid legally through our service, because we are now a full-service dispatching firm. We used to be a brokerage firm back when we first started, but some things happened. Somebody got a hold of our MC number, started running loads without us and stuff. So what we did was we made a conscious decision to, at first we were just going to get a new MC number. But as we went along, the decision was made that, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to stay a dispatching firm, and we're just going to let our old authority just expire. We're going to let our bond just expire. But because we paid out, because well, not me, but the law firm that advised us paid our bond out for the year, because they paid out for the year. They paid $75,000. They just paid it, one lump sum. They paid it out for the year. So when we made the announcement back in August, our bond didn't expire till November because it was already paid for up through November, because we paid it for the whole year. But they made a decision that we're not going to renew it. We were just going to continue as a dispatching firm because we can actually make more money. And it allows us to proceed with our training program unhindered, because as dispatchers, we can book loads from both brokers, shippers, get loads from the load boards. We can get loads from anywhere we choose, because we only represent and work for who, and that's the carriers, our contractors with the carriers. So the way we can pay you all is through our National Dispatchers Network, because that's basically what you all have joined in order to get paid until you decide you're ready to do this on your own. You want to set up your own firm, and then we help you get set up, and you can take all the business you built, you take that with you. Because in our national network, you all will notice, and yes, some of you all are not on here yet, some of the new people, but after today you will be, because after your first day of official training, you are then added to the network. And this is the network here as you scroll down, and people can see everybody who's associated with the network. And we are in the process of linking, if you have a website, if any of you have a website, we are in the process of linking your website right to your name here. So in here, probably by Monday, some of you all will notice, and you may notice it sometime today, because we do have some links to some of you all's websites. You all have been sharing them with us on our chat group. But if you have a website, go ahead and send that over in the back office area here. Each of you can just respond to the emails you got, the messages you all got from our back office area of this website. So from the emails you got from the back office of the website, when you join our back office area which says Dispatcher Tools and Resources, that area is only for members of this National Dispatchers Network. It's only for you all, okay? And you have to submit your application for it by going in, clicking it, and creating your username and password. And then when it comes to us, we will approve it. And that email you all got, when you all sit that in, reply back to that with your website address, and then we will attach it to your name here where you see your extension. You will also see your name, your extension, and your website address. Or we're just going to have it where you can just click on your name and your extension, and it'll take you right to, take the business right to your specific website. Okay? But we're going to be adding them in right here. Some of them we already have, but what I want everybody to do, even if you sent your link over to the chat group, I want you to send your website link over to us here on our back office site. So go back to the email you received from us when you submitted your password and everything, go back and reply to that and send us your websites so we can get you all loaded up here as well. All right, but this is the national network. Okay, yeah, you can see we got a lot of you all in, and we still got about 15 more to add. So we're growing. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's about 3 of you all who are ready to do this on your own. I know you don't feel like you're ready to do it, but I know you're ready. But I'm not gonna call no names. I'm not gonna put no pressure on nobody. I think y'all know who you are. But there's 2 or 3 of you all who are ready to go ahead and get your own business started and get this jump started and go on and just start, being full-grown entrepreneurs. So, but I'll be talking to you all separately about what your plans are and how we can assist you in moving forward and getting your business all set up and you ready to go out there and start making some waves. All right, but we'll get to that later. This is our back office area here. As you can see, there's a login. You have to log in to get to the back office area. This is password protected. Each one of you have to create your own login. You can also log in through Facebook. Click on the login right there to Facebook, and you can log in. Now, for those people who are going to be watching this recording later on, people who are not part of our group, if you are not enrolled with us, you won't get access to this back office. We've had several people send us submissions to try and get access to our back office. And when we look them up on our enrollment list, we notice that they are not enrolled in our program. If you want to get access to this back office and you are not enrolled in our Earn While You Learn Freight Broker Training Program and Consulting Program, you're going to have to enroll in order to gain access to this back office, because this is where the tools and resources are for members only. Members of this network, of the National Dispatchers Network, only gets access to these tools and resources, okay? And enrollment is $299.95, okay? You have to enroll. You have to take, no exceptions. I don't care if you've been broken for 30 years. Been an owner operator for 60 years. You're gonna have to take the basic knowledge quiz. Everybody has to take the basic knowledge quiz, and I'll show you what that looks like here. Give me just a second. Okay. You can see I catch Uber a lot. See all my Uber receipts. Where is here? Let me do this. Go here, Facebook. Go to our Facebook group. RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Oh, we got some people that's trying to join in on our Facebook group thing. I'll get to them in here in a second. But if you want to enroll, you're gonna have to go here and enroll if you want access to our back office area, tools and resources that we only grant to our members and to our students who are enrolled with us. So, and this is it right here. You're gonna have to come in, and if you haven't enrolled into our program, you won't be granted access to our back office. And that's just how it is. All right, let's move on. All right, today is question and answer session. Question and answer session. That's what we're doing today. Let me go ahead and log into my back office site here so we can kind of show people what we got back here. I know we talk about it, but we're actually going to show people what we got back here. And this is our back office site where we have our contracts and agreements. You can pull up your broker dispatch service agreement, your broker carrier contract for brokers only. Also for new people who are just coming in. When you all get your access to this, when you come in, you switch access to it, you give you access to it. Back here is where you're going to get all your stuff from. If you need to pull up your dispatcher's agreement, you're going to put it up here. You're going to click on it. Look what it does. It's going to pop it right up for you. All you got to do is go in there, pull it up, and then you can then add your name, your information to it, and then you can send it out to your carrier and have them sign it and get it back over to us. It's done real quick. And we created this so you all wouldn't have to go and look for stuff. Same thing with the broker contract. You only use this one if you are a broker. If you have your bond, this is when you use this one. You don't use this to sign up carriers if you are just doing them on a dispatch. You use a dispatch agreement. If you have your bond already, you can use this. Now, you can use it as a dispatch, but be sure you go in, you take out all this stuff where it talks about DOT number, MC number, docket numbers, and stuff like that. You have to change the verbiage as far as what it says broker status, all that type of stuff. You got to get rid of that if you're not a broker. Now, if you are a broker, leave this exactly the way it is. If you have your bond already and you are a broker, leave this exactly the way it is, and all you got to do is just plug in your information up here, and where you see the highlighted areas. Good morning to you all, and to the latecomers. Welcome. Don't worry about it. This is recorded. You can go back and review it in its entirety once we are done, and we have it all ready for you. All right. Also, you'll be able to search shippers from our back office area. If you're looking for shippers, all you got to do is come here, you click on it, and it'll take you right over to where we get all of our shippers from. And if you're looking for anything in the shippers area, I don't care if you're looking for frozen food, machine parts, whatever you're looking for, it's going to pull up every shipper in the country that does what? Frozen food or whatever you put in. You click on it. Here again, takes you right there. You click on which frozen food operator you want to click on, and it gives you all the information. Everything's all loaded up right there. Gives you a profile of that company. You know, it gives you all this nice little neat stuff here. So, what is this? Get this out of my way. Somebody got this advertisement thing here and popped up here in the box. I hate it when it does that. We need to get rid of the advertisement. Cross-country boxes. I hate it when it does that. Give me a second here. I hate pop-ups. And I know you all do too. Let's see here. Let's go to like there we go. And here we go. Pulled it up. You know, got the numbers, phone numbers, email addresses, fax numbers, website address, has the profile of the company, everything you need to contact that shipper. And again, the magic tool down here, you click on whatever state you want to see, whatever state that you want to see what they pay to move freight to that state. And here you see from Minnesota, which is where their home office is, or their manufacturing plant, or the distribution center is. If you want to move, what's this, frozen foods from there to California, and it tells you right here they pay $85 a pallet, $85 a crate, partial dry van, $630, a partial flatbed, $770, and partial is broken up into 4 quarters. You take that partial and multiply it times 4, and you got a whole dry van, you got a whole flatbed, and it tells you what they pay to move that freight from their location to anywhere in the country. And these are this is just some of the tools that we give to all of our members and students in our back office area. Same thing with brokers. If you need to find brokers, you can do the same thing. Click on it. It'll take you right to the broker area. Or you just go out here, you click on one of the brokers, and it'll take you right over to that brokerage firm, and you can contact that broker and see if you can get that broker to start sending you their loads over every day, and add them to your book of business. Because brokers will send loads to you, especially if you're just a dispatcher, because brokers shouldn't be sending loads to another broker. Because obviously that is what? Double brokering. So you should not be, if you are a broker, you should not be getting loads from another broker. Because we are dispatchers, and only dispatchers now, you all can contact these brokers and say, hey, I'm a dispatcher. I want to see if I can help you move about 25 to 30% of your loads every morning or every day. And that broker is obviously going to say what? He's going to say, oh, man, okay, cool. Why? Because the broker is not paying you. You're paid by the carrier. So the broker is not losing anything. The broker can only make more money by allowing you to help him do what? Move his freight, move his load that he got booked. So if you approach that broker in the right way and in the right mindset, there's no way that broker should be telling you, no, I don't want to send you my loads. I mean, there's no way that broker should be telling you that if you approach them right. Okay? If you sharpen your sales skills and you approach them right. It's all about the setup. Okay? The setup is you want to present your proposal in a way that there can only be one answer. Yes. That's how you want to present your proposal. Where there can only be one answer, and that answer is yes. Hey, Mr. Broker, my name is Chantel James, and I am a dispatcher company with the National Network of Dispatchers. Currently, we have about 67 companies enrolled in the National Network, in the Dispatchers Network. And what we do is we help brokers like yourself to book more of your loads. Because we are dispatchers, we are paid by the carrier. We're not paid by you. We're not paid by the shipper, so you don't lose anything. All you can do is gain. And all we need to get set up with you is for you to start just email your loads over to me every day. How's that sound to you? Now, what does he have to lose? Nothing. He has nothing at all to lose. How easy is it for him to get set up? Very easy. You're not asking him to sign a contract or anything. You're just saying, shoot me your loads every day. All he's got to do is plug your email address into his contact list and add it to his mass list. So when he send out his list to everybody else, you add it into that. So it's going to go to you and probably a couple thousand other shippers. A couple thousand other carriers and dispatchers all over the country. And you just want to be you just want to be in that mix, so you can get those loads. Now you can take those loads and do what? Find carriers for them. He makes his money, you make your money. Carrier makes their money. Everybody's still happy. Nobody loses anything. Okay? And that's how that works. All right. Let's get back to, okay, also on here, you notice here we have scripts. We have the scripts. For some of you who are not seasoned salespeople, if you're not comfortable talking with people, if you're not comfortable presenting stuff to people, well, we kind of made it easy for you. We just created a script for you. All you got to do is click on this, you pull it up, and we created the script for you. If you calling up one of the shippers, calling up the brokers or something like that, now this is where if you're calling up shippers. If you're calling up a shipper, you can switch it up to make it fit a broker too. If you call them up and you don't know what to say, well, I'm pretty sure all you all can read. Just read this. You know, it says right there, why should you partner with a member of the RBBS National Network of Dispatchers? You call that broker up, you call that shipper up, the shipper says hello, and your tongue got tired and you're nervous and whatever, just start reading. Hey, how you doing? My name is Charles Monday, and I'm going to let you know why you should partner with a member of the RBBS National Network of Dispatchers, which is what I'm part of that network. Okay? The network utilizes the most advanced technology in the industry to service our customers. We've integrated the Ascend TMS transportation management system and logistics software in all 67 active independent dispatch firms strategically positioned throughout the United States to adequately service all major shipping lanes. We can manage every aspect of your logistics and distribution operations with the same transportation management system, TMS technology used by the world's largest companies. Carrier verification and fraud check. Never load a bad carrier or bad driver again. Each of our network members can instantly conduct full carrier verifications, carrier qualifications, and fraud detection. We conduct real-time fraud detection and carrier qualification every time we match carriers or drivers to one of your loads. Driver track and trace via cell phone GPS. GPS load tracking, yes, we have that. And it is built right into every network member system. We can pinpoint the exact location of the driver by just using their cell phone's GPS. Tracker features sends them a special text message, and we simply grab their location and the status of the load for you. Drivers can also respond by their phone with the real-time status of the load with one press. No apps needed, just our special text message. We can also use this feature to send any other instructions to a driver via standard text messaging. Automatic route review and load optimization. With automatic route review, ARR, as it's called, you won't have to worry if our stops are ordered in the most efficient manner. The National Network of Dispatchers does that for you. Every load, every time, ARR checks the original route to make sure that the miles have been optimized. If there is a shorter, more efficient route, AAR will let us know, even if you reorder or add stops on the fly. We can then choose between the original route or the more efficient ARR route, blah, 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 so on, so on, so on. You all can read the rest of it for yourself. But as you can see, it's put together to emphasize all of the features that we can offer. Now, this is put together. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Just about every TMS system offers this type of stuff. And this is what this is based on, because we do use this in TMS. And because we have that in our system, when you all call us up or you ask us to run a carrier check or you give us a DOT number, we actually put that DOT number in, and all the stuff you see here, it applies that to that carrier. It will run their background checks. It will check all of their inspections. It will check to see if their insurance is up to date. If they start to run a load, and if you call us up and say, hey, I got this guy, he just left, here's his cell phone number, can you track him for us? We'll put that cell phone number in. All we got to do is go ahead and pull him up in our TMS system. We click track. We'll send him a little bing to his cell phone. When he picks up that, picks up that text, it's going to start tracking it. So if you need to know where one of your carriers are, call us up and just let us start tracking them for you. We can start tracking them in real time. Okay? So all this stuff we can do. So all this stuff you all can do. Why? Because you're part of our National Network of Dispatchers. This is the script that we have for you to send out to shippers when you're contacting them to try and get them signed on with you. So if you need to just copy and paste that, go right there in your back office area, pull it up, copy and paste it, and send it to them. If you need to pull that up while you're talking to them, pull it up. That way you have it there. If you need to refer back to it, you can refer back to it. You can read the whole thing, or you can just kind of look at it and kind of go on your own. Okay? Now, that is for general freight. We also have one for auto dealers. Why? Because we're going to get into auto hauling. Auto hauling script is right here. And we have it both in Word and we have it in PDF. So if you want to look at it in Word file, this is how it looks in Word. Okay? So that's the auto hauler script. You can copy and paste this, send it over to the used car dealers. And if you want to make your contact to your used car dealers like this, all you got to do is just copy and paste this and email this right to the used car dealers with the pictures and everything already in there. If you want to send them the PDF version, click on the PDF version and pull the PDF version up for you, and you can do the same thing. You can just send them the PDF almost like a flyer. You can send it to them almost just like a flyer. It's already in the PDF version, nicely laid out, scripted. Send it to them. Before you send it to them, you can put in your information right here. Type in, your name, because it says RBBS National Dispatchers Network member. You put your information in right there. Your extension, the phone number is already there. The fax number is already there. And you put your email right there. And you can just send that right out to them. And load board access. If you need to access the load board, all the new people, everybody who's with us, if you're looking for the usernames and passwords onto the load board, they're back here. I'm not gonna let this kind of float this a little bit because people are looking at it, and I don't want them to see our usernames and stuff. So we're gonna float it a little bit. This is our kind of like our security thing here. But honestly, it's just me moving my mouse up and down. So we don't let the cat out of the bag. Okay. All right. So, but on that, you can get access to your to the load board with the username, password, get the access, go in, log in, do what you got to do on the load board. All right. All right. Let's start this question and answer session. We got everybody up to speed. If you missed any of that, I know I talk fast. I know I do. But if I didn't, we'll be here for about 3 hours today. So I try to get it in where I can get it in at, and you can always go back and pull it up and look over it again. So no jokes about my fast talking. I know I talk fast, okay? But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get to the question and answer session here. All right. Let's see here. Questions. Anybody that has any questions that you had that you wanted to ask over the week, if you're ready to ask the question, if you know what your question is, send it to me on the text, and I'll get right to it. Let's see what we got here so far. All right, Terrell Davis is first up with, what if the carrier doesn't pay? All right, if a carrier doesn't pay, okay, there are a couple of things that we can do. Okay. Now remember, if you're going to ask a question, type in to the thing and say, I have a question, and then I will call your name, and then you can unmute your mic and ask the question. But I'm going to read this from Terrell Davis. He says, what if a carrier doesn't pay? If a carrier doesn't pay you, okay, there are a couple of things you can do. First of all, officially, you got to wait 30 days before you can start reporting that carrier. Until that carrier is 30 days late, you really don't have a recourse except for just bugging him, and keep sending him out the late orders. What we do is this. Here's what we do. If your carrier doesn't pay, I'm going to take you over to our Square account. So that's where all our invoices are sent from. Square. We're going to go to, let me log in here. I'm going to go to the invoice area. Let it pull up here in a second. All right, we're going to go to the invoices. All right, here's our Square for the invoice. These are invoices either paid, overdue, outstanding, or whatever the case may be. Okay, or right now, when we send out an invoice and it's due, it is going to send out immediately, and it is due the day we sent it. Like we sent one yesterday for Mr. Tony Davis. Mr. Tony Davis had a customer. This is his customer, and this is the invoice. We send it out to them from here. If they have not paid that invoice, like we sent this out yesterday, the customer still hasn't paid it yet, but we usually give them a week to pay it when we send it out before we start to send them a reminder. After that week, we start sending the reminder every day. All we do is click here where it says remind, and we send it, and it shoots them what's called letting them know that their invoice is overdue. And we send that every day until we get to day 29. On day 29, we then change this invoice up and let them know that it is about to be reported, their overdue invoice, and a non-payment claim is about to be filed with the federal, it's called the Federal Claim Service. Federal Claim Service is when you report brokers, carriers, anybody who owes you money in this industry, a shipper, if they haven't paid you, you report them to the Federal Claim Service. If any of you want to know the number to those, hit us up and we will get that out to you. We have them in our email, and we have them on speed dial, and we can get those numbers and the emails over to you if you ever want to do that. But we send that out to them, and then we file a claim with the Federal Claim Service. We also file with the Federal Motor Carrier Association. We report them to them, and we report them to DOT. And because we have a team of lawyers, guess who else gives them a call? Our law firm gives them a call. They give them an official call, putting them on notice that legal proceedings have begun, and they have exactly 14 business days to get us that payment before they proceed with their legal proceeding. So that's what we do when we have a carrier that does not pay. Okay? And you all can employ those type of tactics as well, but never, ever, 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 ever get into a situation where you're calling up a carrier and saying, you don't want to be a Suge Knight calling them up saying, better have my money. You don't want that. You don't want to do the Devo thing. So just keep it professional. Every time you call them up, be nice. Be nice. Don't call them up, trying to bully them into paying you, because that never really works. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That never really works. You can catch more flies with sugar and honey than you can with vinegar. And so, so always be nice, always be professional, always kind of keep yourself out of the muck. If they don't want to pay, obviously they're not going to be in business long, because you're not going to do business with them. And I'm pretty sure there are other ways you can kind of spread the word around that they're not paying. All right. Hope I answered that question for you, Mr. Davis. Let's see, Terrell. Okay, let's see who else got questions. We're going to go down the list here. Okay, they're coming in. Good. Lucius, hold on here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Inline question. Shantia James. If you got your mic open, please. There you go. Thank you. Shantia James says, if you receive a load list from a broker, are you allowed to post those on different load boards via Facebook? Is that considered double brokering? Or do you just post that, or do we just post that we are looking for drivers and post the type of driver? Okay, Facebook is not an official load board. Facebook is social media. You can post anything on Facebook. Okay, let's just get this straight. I know you have people on Facebook who say, he posted this on Facebook. That's never broken. No. Now let me clue people in on something. Facebook is Facebook. It is not real. It is, despite what you think, it's not real news. It's not an official news broadcaster. It's not an official, load board or what everybody wants to make it out to be. You can use it for what you want to, but it is an open source platform. Okay? It is an open source platform. It means that the people who are posting anything they want to post, you can post whatever you want to post on Facebook. Okay? It's open source. Open source. So it does not fall under the same guidelines as a load board. A load board is a private members only platform that has set rules and guidelines for operating on that platform. Facebook is not that. Okay? LinkedIn is not that. Twitter is not that. Snapchat is not that. All those are open source platforms, social networking platforms. You got people that post on Facebook all kind of stuff. None of it is official. You got people that post outright lies on Facebook. None of it is official. Okay? Facebook does have its purpose of serving as a way for you to brand yourself and get your name out to a lot of people. But whatever you want to post on Facebook, you can post on Facebook. Okay? So yes, you can post whatever you want to post on Facebook. If you want to repost loads on Facebook, repost loads on Facebook. You can post them anywhere you want to post them, as long as the place you are posting them to allows you to do it. Now, if you're posting them to a load board if you post them to a group on Facebook and that group has a rules and regulations that says, hey, we don't accept this and that, until they tell you no, until they block you from it, or until they take down your post them. Because Facebook is an open source network. It's an open source platform. Okay? Other question. Let me get rid of this get off this square. All right. Other question. Where are my questions at here? Here we go. All right. The other question, part of her question was, can we post them on load boards? All right. If you get loads from a broker, you are a dispatcher. If you get loads from a broker, okay, you can ask. Now, if they're coming from that broker's private load board, if they're on that broker's private load board, and if that broker says that, and he's sending you those loads, and you want to post them, yes, you can. Because that broker has sent you those loads. And by that broker sending you those loads, that broker is giving you consent to find carriers for those loads. And you find carriers for the loads by posting them on what? a load board. You are not a broker, so that is not double broker. And I'm gonna show you exactly on what I mean. If you look at some of the load boards now, okay, let's go to 123 load board. If you look at 123 load board now, okay, you'll notice that there are probably about 15 to 20 brokers that are posting the same loads, including some of the loads that we have. Because we got those loads from a shipper. That shipper don't send those loads out to just us. That shipper send those loads out to thousands of other brokers. You got some brokers who will grab those loads who are asset-based brokers. These are brokers that own trucks, the companies that own trucks, like a Landstar, like a Swift, like a, despite what y'all think, those are brokerage firms. Swift, Landstar, what's another one? Warner, TQL, all those are brokers, even though they have trucks. A lot of y'all may recognize them as trucking companies, but they are brokerage firms. They just happen to own their own trucks, which means they can force dispatch a good portion of their loads because they are an asset-based brokerage firm. These are brokerage firms that own their own assets, which are trucks. Thus, they have a whole bunch of company drivers. Company like Swift got, 2,400, almost 3,600 trucks, okay? About 2,000 of those trucks are what? Asset-based. Those are company drivers who have no say-so in where they're going. So they will call up on some of these shippers, and let's say like one of our shippers, that like one of the shippers that sends us loads, they'll contact that shipper, and that shipper may have 140 loads posted on that day. They may call and say, hey, we want to go ahead and lock in 100 loads. In other words, they book those 100 loads because they know they got 100 trucks that they can do what? Assign those loads to, and that driver ain't got no say-so. Okay? They can assign those loads out. Now, sometimes some of the loads that they've blocked, or some of the loads that they've locked in, and once they lock them in, if we call them up and say, hey, that load you got from Alabama going to Florida, is that still available? The shipper will say no. Why? Because that asset brokerage firm has locked it in. They've already grabbed that load because they know that all they're going to do is they're just going to assign it. So a lot of the loads that we're getting over this is why I always tell you all, don't depend on the loads that we send you to feed you, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, by the time you all get them loads and by the time we post them, most of those asset-based brokerage firms, they get those same loads, they've locked them in. So when we call, the shipper's going to say they're not available. But here's the thing. If a carrier calls up and say it's not available, you can go to the load board, look for that same load, and see if it's offered by another broker. Because that other broker may have it. You may see it under 3 or 4 different brokers. And one of those brokers that has it may not have assigned it to one of their trucks yet. Or they don't have a truck in the immediate area of that load, so it's still floating on their list. So if you call them up as a dispatcher, because you're a dispatcher, you say, hey, I see you got a load going such and such and such. Even though your carrier might have called us for the load, we can't get access to it, but as a dispatcher, you can go in and still get access to that load from another broker and just dispatch it out, because that's what you're doing anyway. So the short answer to your question, I know I gave you the long roundabout answer, is yes, you can post it. And no, that is not double brokering. Why? Because you are not a broker. You can only double broker if you are a broker, period. No 2 brokers can get paid by the same shipper. That is the definition of double broker. You have a lot of people that holler about, oh, they double broker, you double broker, and they don't even know what double broker is. They have no idea what double brokering is. Now, let's remember who you're dealing with. I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody, but a lot of these people also went out and bought their truck, and they're paying $900 a week for a truck payment. So you're going to listen to somebody that's paying $900 a week who let themselves get suckered into paying $900 a week for a truck payment, but you're going to listen to them to give you advice on how to broker loads. Come on, really? That's like me asking my dog how to drive my car. I'm just being real with you. Y'all know I don't pull punches. I'm being real with you, okay? So, no, that is not double broker. You can only double broker if you are a broker and you are posting loads from another broker, or if you are a broker and you are trying to book loads, right? Or you're trying to get paid on the same load you're two brokers trying to get paid from this same shipper on a load. No two brokers can get paid from one shipper, because that is the definition of double broker. Okay? Now, if two separate brokers got the load from a shipper, yes, both those brokers can post that load because they both have gotten that load from that shipper. If you are a dispatcher and you get a load from a broker, you are a dispatcher. You are not a broker. When that broker agrees to send you that load list, that broker is giving you consent to find carriers. And one of the ways you find carriers is by what? Posting on load board. Now, to avoid any misconception, avoid any stepping on of toes professionally, you can provide professional courtesy by just ask that broker, hey, you mind if I post these loads onto a load board? Now that broker may not want the competition. He may say, well, you can post it to any load board except blase, 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 blase. You see what I'm saying? So if you think it's gonna be a case of stepping on his toes or being in competition with him, which you're not, because he's not paying you anything. The broker's not paying you anything, so you're still not really in competition with him, because all you're doing is you're helping him to what? Move the load. Because remember, you're paid by the carrier. Point blank, you're still paid by the carrier. Okay? So, but to avoid any type of unprofessional or improprieties, or that a broker may say, well, you're stepping on my toes, just ask him. Say, hey, you sending me these loads over. What load board can I post this to? That's how I would ask that question, because it goes back to, here again, always set up your question to where there can only be one answer. You see? So instead of me saying, can I post this onto some load boards, don't say that, because that's a yes or no. Say, which load boards can I post these loads to help you get the move? Then the broker will say, oh, okay, well, we posted this, this, and this on any of those boards except this, this, and this. Bam. You just got your consent. Have at it. Go post your loads. All right. Hope I answered your question. All right. Let's get going down. Who do we? That was Shantir. Oh, yeah. Some people were answering your question. Did you get the carrier list I sent to dispatch? Maurice Posey. The carrier list. Okay, yeah, we got the carrier list. The question, Maurice, is this: what do you want us to do with that carriers list? Okay, because remember, if you're sending us, you send us a carriers list. Matter of fact, Maurice, unmute your mic. Talk to me. I need you to talk to me on that. Maurice, unmute your mic. Talk to me. Talk to me, Maurice.
Yes, sir.
All right. That carrier list you sent over. All right. Is that list going towards any type of loads that you're getting, that you want those carriers to run, or are you just sending over a carrier list for us to kind of pick trucks from?
Yeah, I was just sending over just so, because I know, like on some of the boards, it's only like a few carriers on there. So I sent that list so that way guys can have a lot of carriers to look for to book them with loads. Yeah,
but see, here's the thing about when you send over, if you're sending over a carrier list, do you have those carriers under a dispatch agreement?
No, I don't have them on a dispatch agreement.
Okay, all right. And the reason why I asked that, because remember, you're sending them over to individuals, because remember, everybody here are dispatchers, and
right.
If they get a carrier list. If I was them, I'm just telling you, if I was a dispatcher and you were sending me over a carrier list, and it got hundreds of carriers on it, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to call those carriers and try to do what? Sign as many of them to a dispatch agreement as possible, right?
Yeah, that's the purpose of me doing it.
Okay, I just wanted to know that, because I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't taking some of your business, because remember, each of you are here to build your own book of business. And right. If you are donating that carrier list, that's great. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure, and I wanted to have your voice on here, and you telling me that yes, I can send that carrier list over to everybody else. So now, if someone else calls up those carriers, or all of this calls up those carriers, and try to get them signed up to an agreement and add them to their book of business, that would be the smart thing for them to do. But if you are donating, but you got a hold of a carrier list and you want to send it over to us, then I'll make sure I share it with everyone.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was sending it over there. I just wanted to make sure, and I had another question about that too. That's why I was asking. But I'm cool with the other question, so you don't even have to respond to the other question, because that what you just answered was answered my other question that I put up there.
Okay, great. All right. I hope everyone heard that. So we're going to be sending you up. Maurice has gotten a hold of a carrier list, and he is generously donating it to the group. So you all can use it to match loads to those carriers. You can call them up, see where they're at, and see if you can find them loads. It's plain and simple.
See, the thing I don't mean to cut you off, but the thing that I'm hoping that one of those carriers have like 300-400 trucks, and somebody put me in and say, hey, look, I go a few assign me to a few of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that.
And that's a great point. And that's one of the advantages of being part of a network. Okay, that's one of the advantages of being part of a network. But it's like you said, if you got a list on that's got a couple hundred carriers on it, some of those carriers may have 10 trucks, some may have 100 trucks, some may have 200 or 300 trucks. So call those carriers up, see what you can get out of them, and see if you can get them to sign on with you, and see how many trucks they got, see if you can start finding them some loads. So I'll start forwarding those over to everybody right after this meeting. Right after this, we'll start forwarding those over to everybody within the network. All right, great question. Good job, Maurice. Hold on here. Let me go down the list. Got a lot of questions here. I'm trying to go back up to the last one. Okay, if you received the loads, okay, I got that one. Maurice, did you the carrier list? Charles Money asked, are you acting? No, he was answering a question for Ms. Shantir James. Are you acting as this? Okay. Shantir said, thanks to Charles. Good job, Charles. Thanks for answering that question for her. Lucius. But every time I see Lucius, boy, y'all know I'm thinking about the Empire, right? But I was about to say Lucius Lyons. Where you at? Lucius in the house. But anyway, Lucius is asking the question.
I just like to add, I was here long before Lucius Lyons.
And you were doing what now? You said
I'm sorry. I said, I just like to add, I was here long before Lucius Lyons.
I hear you. You're the original Lucius. I got you. So Lucius has asked the question, with the load list, the RBBS, we get every day. In previous video, you made an example when a carrier wanted the whole 1,600 instead of the 85% of that. Who are we calling to get more money to oblige that carrier? Well, now you all are going to have to call me, and then I am going to have to call, because so here's what happens. Because we do bring in a lot of new people. Because our platform calls, we bring in a lot of new people, and a lot of new, and one of the risks that we run when we're bringing in new people is they don't know they don't know this business, and they're learning. And shippers have very little patience for people who are learning. And we had a bunch of you all, because we used to allow you all to call the shipper. They just kind of book load yourselves and, ask them, can you get more money on the load? But I'm not gonna lie to you, that turned out to be a disaster. Because here's what was happening. You had a lot of the students were calling up the shipper, they was booking loads, but they didn't let the carriers know all the specifics of their load. They didn't do their due diligence. Before you call a shipper, look, when you call a shipper, you should already know, and that carrier should already know what the weight is. that carrier should already know what type of equipment that they need, whether they need 6-foot tarps, 8-foot tarps, or whatever. That carrier should already know what type of trailer, especially what type of trailer that they should have. Whether it's a regular flatbed, whether it's a 48-foot to 53-foot, and nothing shorter than that. Whether it's 8-foot overhang or 6-foot overhang or whatever the overhang is, they should already know this. And when you call up that shipper and say, now I want to book a load, you should not have a carrier showing up at the shipper and saying, well, I can't pull 48,000 pounds. When you know that every load on that list is 48,000 pounds. When you know it's all full loads, you know it's lumber, you know that you can only pull in there with a 48-foot or a 53-foot trailer. You know that you got to have tie downs. You know you got to have tarp or whatever the case may be. But we had a bunch of loads that were being booked and turned around and being canceled because when the carrier gets there, the carrier said, "Oh, well, I can't pull 40. I can't take 40,000 pounds." There's no way that load should have been booked with that carrier thinking that he can go in there and say, "Well, can you knock off 5,000 pounds?" No, we can't knock off nothing because it's lumber, and all this lumber is going on this trailer. If you can't take it, bye. Okay, so that's what was happening. We had carriers showing up, because the dispatchers didn't do their job right. We had carriers showing up that couldn't pull the full 48,000 pounds. We had carriers showing up that didn't have a 48-foot trailer. They had a 40-foot flatbed. We had carriers showing up that had step decks when they tell you no step decks. We had carriers showing up that didn't have the 6-foot tarp when you need 6-foot tarp. We had carriers showing up that didn't have the 8-foot tarp when it says you need 8-foot tarp. We had carriers showing up that didn't know that they was only getting 85% of the load fee. Okay? So, with that being said, the shipper called me up and said, "Hey, Calvin, we got too many loads showing up and then canceling because they don't know this, they didn't have this, don't have this. Look, we can't have your students calling. Students can't be booking loads anymore. Okay? All those got to be booked through your headquarters, which means now you can have your students to call you, but before you call us up on anything about those loads, we want to make sure that those carriers are properly vetted. And the only way that we know to do that is for all the bookings to come directly from you. Because your students, obviously, they mean well, but half of them, they're dropping the ball. And that was the disaster. And look, this is what it is. We are a training platform. We are a consulting platform. You all are here to learn. And that was on me because that was really on me because I allowed you all to do it. I implemented. I thought that everyone who was coming in was listening to what I was telling them and following the instructions. And it goes back to what I was saying. Human beings will be human beings. They will always think that they got a better way of doing something instead of following the instructions or following someone who has done it before or someone who is doing it and listening to what they have to say. This is why I stress to you all, in this business, there are certain things that you can and cannot do, and there are certain ways that you have to do things. Shippers, they have no patience. They are too busy to have patience. They are too busy to have carriers showing up and thinking they got a load that's going out, which that's money that they already counted on their books, and now they got to go back and say that money is not on our books. Now we got to report this to who? Our stockholders, our shareholders, and say, well, we thought we had $600,000 worth of products being shipped out this week, but 9 of the RBBS loads canceled, so that cut us back another $100,000. Y'all begin to see how this works? Okay, this is not just someone sitting behind a computer and booking loads. This business extends larger than yourself. And there is responsibilities when it comes to what you are doing. So it is your responsibility when you go out on your own and you start doing your own business, it is your responsibility to make sure that you are holding up your end of the bargain. You hold up your end of the process, because your end of the process ties to a much larger process and ties to much, much more money, and it ties to more people who have real money invested in what they're doing and into their business. And you all play an important role in that, in helping them to add to their bottom line, get their product shipped out. But if you're sending over carriers, and half the carriers you're sending over, they wind up canceling because of something you failed to do, guess what? That puts someone else in a much bigger jam than what you are in. Okay? So the answer to your question is, who do you call? You call me. Okay? Call me. None of you calls the shipper anymore. Don't call our shippers. None of you. You call me. You call 866-973-6445. You hit extension 3, you hit extension 700, or you hit extension 1, or you hit extension 2. All right? And then when I get on the phone with you, I'm going to make sure that you have told that carrier, because I'm going to go over with you. I'm going to say, okay, does that carrier know that this is a 40,000-pound load? Does that carrier know that they need 6-foot tarp? Does that carrier know that they only get 85% of the load fee? Does that carrier know? You see what I'm saying? We're going to make sure that that carrier understands that he is going to pull 40,000 pounds. He's going to understand he needs a 48-foot to a 53-foot trailer with no step deck. He's going to know that he needs 6-foot tarps or 8-foot tarps or no tarp. Because I'm not going to call that shipper until I'm satisfied that you have covered that with that carrier. Okay? Because we're definitely not going to have any more cases of bad carriers showing up that can't run loads, and then that shipper having to cancel. We're definitely not going to have that anymore. Because those are the type of things that can cause the shipper to say, you know what, it was nice doing business with you, but we can't send you any more loads. And you all need to learn that. Because when you start doing this on your own, you get out there on your own, that's one of the things that could kill your business. Because if you can't get shippers to send you loads, if you can't get brokers to send you loads, then, you know, I mean, you can still make money, but your effectiveness has been cut. All right? All right. So, next question is, I believe, all right, Charles Monday said, I believe that we call the shipper. No, Charles, you do not call the shipper anymore. Nobody calls the shipper except me. Nobody. Okay? Let's make that very clear. Nobody calls the shipper except me. All right? Does everybody understand that? I hope everybody understands that. All right? All right, great. Charles says he's got that. Okay, let's go down here. Look at the other questions. If you receive, okay, there we go. Did you? Oh, hold on. Y'all asking questions causing my button to move here. Let me find the last question. There we go. Lord White, can we negotiate with broker for better rates for carrier also? Yeah, of course you can. Especially, now I'm gonna give you the perfect example. Someone, who was it? Someone called me up. It might have been a role playing idea with Chantier James. We did some role playing on our last call, and she was being ridiculous on what she wanted, or whatever the case may be. Now, and I remember having this conversation with somebody else. I can't remember who it was. And if one of you remember who you are, kind of just let me know that it was you. But we had a hypothetical situation where it wasn't really hypothetical. It was actually a carrier. I know what it was. Somebody had called up a carrier, and the carrier was just being stupid. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was being stupid because the carrier called up the dispatcher. The carrier called the dispatcher and about a load, and the dispatcher told him what the load was, and the carrier said it's not paying enough. So the dispatcher said, okay, how much money do you need? He did exactly what I told him. How much money do you need to run a load? He said, well, I got to have at least $225. So the dispatcher told him, so, well, okay, so if I can go and find loads that are paying $245 per mile, okay, you'll take that load. And the carrier said, well, if you find a load that's paying $245, then I want $245. And the dispatcher was like, what? And I was saying, what? Hold up. You just told me you wanted $225 to run a load. So I'm telling you, I'm only going to look for loads that paying $245. Why? Because I want to give us enough cushion so that you can pay me or whoever else you got to pay, and still get your $225. But what you're telling me is you want me to be a sucker and work for you for free. That's not how this game plays. Now, if you tell me you need $220, then he was like, well, I got to pay 3% to the to a factory company. I got to pay my dispatcher, because my dispatcher gets paid on all loads, regardless of whatever that. I got to pay them another 5% too. I said, okay, no problem. Here's what we do then. If you tell me what you got to have out of the deal. You tell me you need $225 per mile out of the deal, right? I'm going to add what? 3% for the factory company, right? To that $225 per mile. So I add my 3% to that $2.25. That's going to bump it up to $2.27.28 per mile. Now I'm going to add another 7% for your dispatch. That's going to bump us up to $2.35 per mile. Now I'm going to add another 10% for us, for our fee. Now, that means I am now looking for loads that are paying $2.45 per mile. Why? Because if I find your load that's paying $2.45 a mile, you got enough money to pay everybody and still get your $2.25. Okay? So, I'm going to start searching for loads like that, and that will get you what you want. Now, if I find a load that's kind of falling short on that, I'm going to call up that broker, and I'm going to say, look, I got to keep it on this load, but I see you're paying $2.30, and he's got to have at least $2.47 to get them out. Can you make that happen? That broker's going to look at what he's got. That broker's going to tell you yay or nay, and he's going to tell you what he can do. So, yes, absolutely, you can negotiate with a broker on the load fee because you're working for the carrier. Your job is to find loads that's suitable for the carrier to run. Okay? So, absolutely, when you call up a broker, you can say to them, look, I got a carrier who wants his load, but he wants to know if he can get, and you say it exactly. You don't say I want to know if he can get, because it's not you. It's the carrier. It's always the carrier, because you're working for the carrier. My carrier wants to know if he can get an extra 20 cents per mile, or if he can get an extra $100 on that load, whatever the case may be. So yes, absolutely, you can negotiate with the broker on loads that you're trying to book for your carrier. Okay, Laura White. That was Laura White. Asked that question, Charles Monday. If you are getting the RBBS loads list, then I believe initially you are acting as the flip to a dispatcher. Remember. All right. The load list that we get, none of you are acting as brokers, because none of you are brokers. We're not brokers. Okay? We're dispatchers. We're dispatchers. And I know y'all use that term loosely, broker. Everybody uses that term loosely, broker. But unless you have a bond, okay, unless you have a bond, you are not a broker. Okay? We are not brokers. You are not brokers. Some of you, there are a few of you who are in with us that actually are brokers. You have your bond, and you're here to learn the business more on the business side. And so, but unless you have a bond, you are not a broker. Okay? So get that term out of your vocabulary when referring to your sales or referring to any dispatch. And I know you all use that loosely. You don't mean to say it, but it's just how loosely y'all use that term. You are not a broker. So get it out of your vocabulary when referring to yourself or referring to any other dispatch, because dispatchers are not brokers unless you have a bond and you have your insurance and you have everything you need to be classified as a broker. You have a broker's authority. If you don't have that, you are not a broker. You are acting as a dispatcher only. Dispatchers can get loads from shippers. Let me repeat that. Dispatchers can get loads from shippers. Because when you call up a lot of these shippers, a lot of them will tell you, about half the shippers you call up will tell you, we don't work with brokers. The other half will call up and tell you, we work only with brokers. Some of them you call up and say, well, we prefer to work with the carriers directly, okay? And if you represent a carrier, yeah, we'll work with you. But if you're a broker, we won't work with you. Some of them will say, yeah, we work with both brokers and we work with, with the carriers directly. So, yeah, dispatchers can get loads from direct shippers. Okay, if a shipper wants to send you loads, shippers in your load. The only difference is, as a dispatcher, when you're booking those loads directly from that shipper, before you book that load, you got to send that shipper over the carrier's information so that that shipper can run that carrier's information and make sure that carrier can pull that load that they have. Because all they're going to do is they're going to run their DOT number, they're going to check their information, check their insurance, check their inspection report list, same thing that we do, which we've already done it anyway. That's why we have our SIN, so we can run every carrier through our SIN, and even as dispatchers, when we send them over to a shipper, we know that our carriers that we send over are all qualified to run that load. Okay? All right. Hope I answered your question on that one, Charles. Lord White, K, got you. Switch hats. Thanks. Yeah, Lord. You're not really switching hats because you got your same hat on, because the loads that we get, they're for us, and our carrier, our shipper, knows that we are just dispatchers now, and that's one of the reasons why they don't want you all calling them. They want to make sure that all calls come through the main office, because they know that we are going to do what? We're going to check that carrier, and we're going to make sure that everything is all right with that carrier before that carrier shows up at their door, like some of you all were letting them do, and everything was not all right. Okay, that's why you all are not able to call our shippers anymore, because they are our shippers, and they're not your shippers anyway, because remember, each of you all are here to build your own book of business. And those loads, they're not yours, they're ours. Okay? We got that shipper to send us loads. They ain't yours. We share them with you, so you all can use them as bait, but them ain't your loads. Okay? I'm just being real. Those are not your loads. Okay? They're not there for you to quote unquote get fed off of, or for us to spoon feed them to you all and you make money off of them. That's not what they're there for. Okay? We're here to show you how to go find your own loads so that you can eat. We're here to show you how to go find your own shippers and have them send you loads. How to find brokers to send you loads. Because we got our loads list. Okay? Those are our load lists. They're not yours, they're ours. Okay? I'm just putting it out there. And you're here to learn how to build your own list. And that's what you're here for. So let's not get confused over why each of you are here, because you are not hired. You don't work for RBBS. None of you do. You all are part of a network that we plug you into, a national network of dispatchers, which means you are your own company. You know, you have your own thing. We're here to we're your consultants. You hired us as consultants and trainers to show you how to build your own business, how to build your own network, how to build your own loads, how to be able to get to the point to where you're doing this on your own. We are in a shared commission split on the load fee, okay, on our dispatcher's fee for the load, which is 10%. So we split that right down the middle because you're in our program right now. But once you leave our program, that whole 10% goes to you, or whatever you want your load, or whatever you want your dispatcher's fee to be, and all of the business that you develop while you're with us, that goes with you. Okay? All right. Who else has a question? Lord White, okay, gotcha. Maurice Poser says, if I send a carrier list to dispatch and someone book a load for one of those carriers, do I get 25% from that load? You get 25% if you have that carrier sign up to a what? A dispatcher's agreement. See, that's what I was asking you about when you sent over that list. Or remember, I asked you. You said I'm sending over carrier list. I asked you, do you have them sign up to a dispatch agreement?
Yeah, I told you answered that for me already, so you don't even have to touch that.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was just going down the list. All right, great. All right. Charles Monday, Okay, yeah, I got you, Charles Monday. Charles Monday says, I would first establish a few agreements on myself before becoming that gentleman. Good point, Charles. Good point, Charles. Y'all might want to listen to Charles. Okay. Charles, thanks. Brandy, Marius, thank you for sharing. Shantir, thanks, team. Work makes the dream work. Yeah, I hear you, Shantir. Shantir, if I catch one, I got you. Good job. Ronald Evans, thank you. Lucius, right on the head. Thanks. Charles Mundy, okay, got it. Lucius, how do I give all the correct info? How do I give all the correct info from the load list? Nothing but the load and rate on the. All right. You mean how did you get all of the? Okay, Lucius wants to know how did he get all of the correct info from the Lucius.
What I'm asking is the load list that you guys put out for us. It gives the pickup location and destination, the rate and the miles. What I'm asking is you mentioned that if we had a driver wanted more, that we would call you to negotiate that. And you went into, carriers canceling because they didn't have this or didn't have that. What I was asking is, where do you get the information to give the carriers that, if, for example, the load is this much, and, of course it shows you need tarps, but, knowing how much the load weighs and that type thing.
Yeah, let's pull up this load list. Okay. Now, if you went back in, if you were to go back and look at some of our other videos, our training videos, and this is a good time for me to bring this up. Everybody, please go back and look at the training videos. Watch them at least three to 5 times, because there's a lot of stuff that you all ask on the chat group. It's in the training videos, and part of this program is when you want to go back and review the training videos. Okay, because this is a business. You want to learn the business, so go back and review the training videos. Because in some of those training videos, we explain to you what this load list is. All right. I'm going to say this right now. Everybody who's on this should get this, and it's going to be in this training video, so you can go back and review this training video. The load list that we send you, that load list is from one shipper. That shipper's every last one of these loads is 48,000 pounds. Every last one of these loads is lumber, unless it says something different over here in the notes section. Every last one of these loads requires 6-foot tarp, unless it says something different over here in the notes section, like right here where it says load number 9 needs 8-foot tarps, or it says down here in some of the other loads where it says no tarp, like here, load number 26 where it says no tarp. Unless it says something different over here, every last one of these loads is 48,000 pounds. Lumber, full load. 48-foot to 53-foot trailers, no 40-foot trailers. Every last one of these loads requires 6-foot tarp, unless it says something different. Okay? When you read the notes section, if it doesn't say anything different than what I just told you about all these loads, then this is what it's going to be. There are no loads in here that are less than 48,000 pounds. There are no loads in here that are not lumber, unless it says over here on the side, you may have a couple of them that may say steel rebar, like right here. Where is it at? I just saw it. Like there's a couple of them that will say right there. It says steel rebar, no tarp. Unless it says something different over here, that's what it is. Lumber, full load, 48,000 pounds, 6-foot tarp is required, unless it says different. Okay? And they all pay 85% of the listed load fee, the rate right here. All right. Are we clear on that with everybody? Now everybody understands that. Okay? All right. And it's on record in here on this recording. So if you need to hear it again, go back and just review review the training videos. All right? Point. Everybody needs to know this point. Review the training videos. Review the training videos. Review the training videos. And review the training videos. And please review the training videos. I need everybody to review the training videos. If you want to learn this, if you want to learn how to do this, you got to learn how to review the training material. And the training video is a big part of learning the training materials. Okay? So, again, what? Review the training videos. Plain and simple. All right. What's the other questions? Okay. Back here. Right. Okay, I send the carriage dispatch 25% of the load. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Somebody. Okay, Lucius sharing. Catch you on that one. Got you. Thanks. Right to the head. Lucius, how do I give the correct info from the load list? Okay, that's one was that. Okay. Ronald Evans. That's only, yeah. Terrell I think I answered your question. Okay. Terrell Davis. I have a lot of carriers asking for $8 per mile. Terrell says, all right, I'm going to read this. Terrell says, I have a lot of carriers asking for $8 per mile. Okay, Terrell, what type of carriers are they? Because, look, if you got a carrier that's asking for $8 per mile, if you got a lot of them, they must be overweight carriers or heavy haul carriers or something like that. Okay? Because I'm asking to win the lottery. But what do you think my chances of winning the lottery are going to be tonight? Anybody care to weigh in on that? You know, they got people in some, there's people who are passed on and they asking for ice water. But they ain't going to get it, you know. I mean, come on, let's be real. All right, if you got carriers asking for $8 per mile, those are carriers who ain't serious about trying to make no money. Okay, unless they pull in something that's heavy haul or overweight or something like that. Okay, so let's be serious now. Now let's be serious. Okay, I don't know where these carriers are coming. I don't know what type of loads that they're used to pulling, but your average cents per mile on loads are going to be somewhere around $1.75 to $3.50 per mile. Very seldom you'll find loads that are $4 per mile, $4.50 per mile. You can find some $5 mile, $6 mile loads, and there are some $7 and $8 loads out there, but they're not common loads. Most of those are going to be probably dedicated. Now I'm going to be straight with you. You all hear about these $8 mile loads that Landstar's pulling, these $7 mile loads that these companies are pulling. And I'm going to tell you this right now, and nobody else is going to tell you this. Those are dedicated loads. Those are contracted loads, loads that have been contracted out, and those loads are 3 to 5 year contracts. Okay? That's what they are. A lot of them are reefer loads running from up north down the south to Florida to supply stuff like steaks and seafood and things like that, but those are contracted loads that they have with a supply chain, a food chain, Omaha Steaks, things like that. When I was an owner-operator, before I got out of the business, before I got out of actual driving, and when I was an owner-operator, I had an opportunity to sign with Omaha, the run Omaha Steaks from Nebraska, from the Midwest, running all the way down to Florida, and I had to make like 7 stops along the way, and it was reefers. Okay, I had to have my own reefer trailer. It was like 7 stops along the way. Okay, running from Nebraska down to Florida, and those loads were paying some serious money. I'm talking about I was looking at making. It was a $3,800 run to a $4,000 run to coming down, and then they got me a backhaul back that was contracted backhaul back that was paying, I think, was $2,800. So it was $3,800 down and $2,800 back. That's the kind of loads that they're talking about. But those are contracted loads. Okay? So unless you have found those shippers or those suppliers who are willing to contract with you, and if you convince them to let you in on that contract, that's where those type of loads come from. Yes, they are out there, but they are not out there for the independent, not for just someone who is just running loads how they want to run them, when they want to run them. Now, if they want to run it, now if they want to go into a long-term contract, like one of our people have who is working on a contract now. We got someone within our group right now who is in the process. I don't know if he want to reveal himself, but he knows who I'm talking about. He is actually, matter of fact, on the 22nd, I think, is when he's supposed to sit down with them and hammer out the deal on that contract, and that is, I think, is on for heavy equipment. It's the equipment dealership, to where it's going to be a 3 or 5 year contract to run loads 5 days a week with several, and they need several trucks, and it could turn into a contract with 2 or 3 more dealerships where they would need about 40 or 50 trucks, hopefully. Okay, but we've got a student right now who is with us who is working on that type of contract, and he has a meeting with them, and we're supposed to have talks with them on the 22nd to see if we can set that up. Okay, and that is going to be trucks that are going to be running 5 days a week. They're I think they're either container or loads. I think they're container loads and some equipment loads. They're going to be running 5 days a week. Running down and running back, mostly short runs, or they're going to be running in certain areas. They're going to be certain lanes, and whatever trucks that whatever carriers we assign those contracts, they will have those loads exclusive. They will be exclusive. They'll be running those loads and those loads only 5 days a week for the next 3 to 5 years. Running loads down and with a backhaul coming back. Okay, so that's what we're looking at on those. All right. So what else we got? But I don't know what to say about those drivers. I just tell them, look, if you need an $8 run mile, you need an $8 per mile runs, then unless it's heavy haul or it's contracted loads, that's the only way you're going to be able to satisfy that carrier. All right. All right, Ronald Evans, where's the $8? Okay, where we at here? All right, we got a thing here from Anonymous. Anonymous says, if I sign the carrier to the agreement, but I'm unavailable to dispatch them, whomever dispatches that carrier, we each get 12.5%, correct? All right. No. Okay. You're probably looking at when we first started out when we were brokers. You're probably looking at I think you're looking at our very first video we put out, which was almost a year ago. Okay. Because we are a dispatcher firm. We are a national dispatchers network. Everybody gets 50% of the dispatch fee. Okay, our dispatch fee is 10%. Back then, you were only getting 12.5% because that was half of the dispatch fee. You were getting 12.5% of the 10% fee. Okay, so 10% was the fee, so you were only getting 12.5% of 10%. You understand what I'm saying? Or 12.5% of the fee itself. So the fee was 10%. So whatever the fee was, if the fee was $200, you were only going to get 12.5% of $200. You see what I'm saying? But because we've done away with that, and everybody's getting 50%, you're getting 50% of every load that you book out. Now, the way it is now, if someone books a load from for a carrier that you have under contract, you have a dispatch agreement with, they're going to get 50% of our dispatch fee, which means they get 5% of the load fee. Okay? Know the difference between load fee and our dispatch fee. Our dispatch fee is 10% of the load fee. Okay? And because you get 50% of that, that means 5% of the load fee. So if the load fee is $2,000, you're getting 5% of $2,000. We're getting 5% of $2,000. Now, if someone else dispatches that load, they're getting 5% of that $2,000. Right? You would get 2.5% of that $2,000, and we would get 2.5% of that $2,000. You understand what I'm saying? Which is actually more than the 12.5% of the dispatch fee. Because if you look at it, because basically what it's breaking down is this: they're getting 50% of the dispatch fee, and instead of you getting 12.5%, you are now getting 25% of the dispatch fee, and we get the other 25%, which makes a total of what? The whole 10%. I hope I answered that question for you, Anonymous. Now I'm going to go over that again in case some of you all didn't catch that. Now, the way you all are set up now, you actually get paid more. Okay, if someone runs a load, if someone books a load that you have books, if someone books one of your carriers that you have under contract, okay, and you can't book them, but they book them. You understand what I'm saying? So now you get 25%, we get 25%, and the person who booked it get 50% of that 10%. 10%, 50% is 5%, goes to the person who actually booked the load. The other 5% is split between you and us because you have that carrier under contract. All right? See who else? I think that was, let me go down here, Charles Monday, Morris Poser. If I send a carrier, you got that one. How would we establish a few agreements? We've been covered that. I mean, and I have to keep rolling these up because every time I leave it, it jumps up again. All right. Should I review the training videos? Yeah, you should. Owner operators on authority. Yep. Okay. Trying to get to a question here. All right. You're right. yeah, I'm in the right state too with the lottery. But hey, the lottery is the lottery. It's like I got a better chance of rolling out of bed and breaking my neck. All right. Charles Munner says, I have a broker agent friend who says it would be great for her if I could dispatch for her. Is that okay? All right. You got a broker who wants you to dispatch for her. I mean, that's up to you. I mean, if you want to talk to me, Charles, get on the phone. I mean, not on the phone, but open up your mic.
Can you hear me?
This out. Yeah, I hear you. All right.
She works for a large brokering firm, and she gets inundated with a lot of loads and stuff. And I told her I work for a national dispatching networker, and she said, "Yeah, if you can help me, you know." And I told her, I said, "Yeah, the carrier pays me."
So what you're saying is, she wants to know if she can send you loads.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now, because remember we said you can contact us as a dispatcher. You can contact brokers and get them to send you their load list every day. That's basically what she's going to be doing. She's going to be sending you her load list, but you're not working for her because she ain't paying you.
Right, and I reassured her that.
Yeah. She's not paying you. Whoever you get to run those loads is going to be paying you.
Right, and they get about 300 something a week. 300.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how you build this is how you build your load list.
Yeah.
And this and that's actually a good way to go, Charles. I'm glad you brought that up. Because remember, we've been stressing here lately because you are all part of a national network of dispatchers. You are dispatchers. Get that, you are all dispatchers. You're not brokers. If you're going to become a broker, you're not a broker yet. If you are a broker, then you can't contact brokers. Let's make this straight. A broker cannot contact another broker and get loads from another broker. A broker cannot go in with another broker and book the load from the same shipper and both get paid on that load. A lot of brokers will tell you, let's co-broker. There ain't no such thing as co-brokering. That's a trap. There is no such thing as co-brokering. Co-brokering is double brokering. Okay, there's no way for two brokers to get paid from the same shipper. Okay? One person in that transaction has to be a dispatcher working for the carrier. Okay? And that's what you all are. That's why you all send out what? A dispatch agreement to every carrier you sign on who's gonna run loads that you find for them. Why? Because that is your legal definition of being a dispatcher. That's the legal piece of paperwork that shows that I am not double brokering. I am paid by a carrier, and I can contact brokers and have brokers to send me loads, or I can go to the load board. I can just grab loads off the load board, and I can dispatch them to the carriers who have signed an agreement with me to allow me to find them loads. So, yeah, By all means. And it's easy. It is, look, when I tell y'all it is so much easier, it is so much easier to get brokers to send you all loads than it is to get shippers to send you loads. It is so much easier. Trust me on that. All right? So start utilizing that. Start calling up. If you want more loads, call up more brokers. And let them know, say, hey, I can help you book on your loads. And some of these brokerage firms some of them have their own private load board that they may just give you access to. If not that, if they're going to send you a list, you may start getting a list of 200-300 loads a day. Now, if you got a list of 200-300 loads a day, you can't tell me you can't put them loads out there, and those loads are going to bring in a lot of carriers. They'll give you the opportunity to sign, sign those dispatch agreements and get them over. All right? All right. New question. It was me. Regina. Yes, Regina, I remember you. Yeah, okay, yeah. Regina, that was you. Okay. Charles Monday, I am getting prepared to come in full time as a dispatcher. Good job, Charles. Glad to have you back. I just needed some time, okay? I learned a great deal in the background. Good job, good job, good job, good job. All right. Now, we've got to the questions that we have that were posted. Does anybody want to ask a question out loud? Anybody have anything they want to ask out loud? All right, go ahead.
Charles Monday. The dispatch agreement, I'm looking at it, and I guess we fill it out because I don't know the format it's in. I think it's in a Word doc. So you fill in your space, all the information you need, and then you fax it or email it to the carrier.
Yeah.
Have them fill it out.
Yeah. All right. This is the dispatch agreement right here. Everybody should be seeing it now. All right. This is the dispatch agreement. Up here where it says dispatch agreement, look, notice up at the top it says dispatcher. That's where your name goes. Your address goes up there. Your phone number goes right there. Your email address goes right there. Okay. If you have a company name, you put your company name right there. If you just don't have a company name, you have to pick one out, you put your name right there. All right? This area right here, carrier fills that out. This area right here, carrier fills it out. This area right here, carrier fills it out. This area right here, carrier fills it out. This highlighted area, area right here, your name or your company name goes there. All right? All right. To act as my agent for the sole purpose of booking shipments, processing all brokerage paperwork, and obtaining certificates of insurance as required in order to expedite shipments and dispatch via telephone, fax, or email for my truck unit. Their truck number goes right there. Okay, whichever truck unit he's got. If it's just one truck, or if he's got 300 trucks, he can put in, with his truck unit number, he can put in multiple. And multiple trucks. Or if he got 300 trucks, tell him to put 300. Put 300 units right there, 400 units, whatever the case may be. Okay. Plate numbers, he can kind of put that in. Multiple trucks. He can fill it in. Multiple trucks or as needed. If he has a multiple truck. If he only has one truck, that's where he will put his plate number at. Okay. State, that goes right there. That's where the carrier. Okay. Billing, again, over here, this shipment is collectible. What? Your name goes there. Okay? Consignees, etc., sole responsibility of the carrier. If revenue for the shipment or shipments is uncollectible, your name goes there. Okay? Will be held harmless, and no penalty or deduction will be made by the carriers with all amounts set forth by the home state of the carrier. Blank. Your name goes here, okay? Dispatcher's name goes to dispatcher. I'm going to say dispatcher, but you put your name there or your company name. Dispatcher will be held harmless in the event of claims. Come down here. Your name goes here again, okay? What this yellow section is. Now, the rest of this down here, where it says as loads are picked up an amount equal to the above stated percentage will be payable to. Your name goes there. Okay? Even though we are the ones that sending them the but it's actually payable to you. Why? Because you're the person who has a contract with them. They are your client. They're not our client. They're your client. So your name goes here. Okay? And highlighted, it says, payments are to be conveniently paid with any debit or credit card via text or email invoice app processed by the RBBS LLC invoicing process. So that lets them know that they're going to receive their invoice from us, and the invoice that we send out has your matter of fact. Let me show you what an invoice looks like. I'm going to show you what one of our invoices look like. Let's pull up one of our invoices. Excuse me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's pull up one of our invoices and show you what the invoice looks like. And we text and we email the invoice when it's time for to collect payment. Go to the group. Go to the group, invoice. We sent out an invoice. We showed y'all what that invoice was like. When the group, here it is right here. All right, this is what an invoice looks like. Okay, this is an actual invoice. All right, that's an actual invoice, and that's what it looks like. When they get this, all they've got to do is click on it and pull this up. They put in what? Their card holder's name. They put in their credit card number. All their credit card information, and they click pay. They click that, and then that comes directly to our Square account. And then we turn around and we send half that over to you all using the same system. We send you a Square cash payment, and you get it text to your phone and sent to your email. And all you got to do is click on it. And if you don't have the Square Cash app, it's going to instruct you to download the Square Cash app where you can attach a debit or credit card or your bank account to it, and you can then transfer those funds directly to your bank or send them right over to your debit credit card. All right. So, but this is what the invoice looks like. The invoice has that, and then the invoice tells them RBBS National Dispatchers Network invoice number 0016, January 19, 2018. Customer Tiffany Jordan, BNT LLC, has her email address right there. Our records indicate that you completed a load that was provided to you via RBBS National Dispatchers Network member, in this case, Tony Davis. Congratulations, Tony. As soon as they pay that, you got money coming. All right. On what? Load order confirmation. On one, load order confirmation, reference, puts reference information, being rid, paramedic, air compressor on single axle trailer, item number, gives item number. Per our dispatch agreement, 10% of the load fee is the agreed upon fee for this service. Please remit payment in the amount of $160 conveniently via credit or debit card. Then it has it broken down here. Load fee, $1,600, right? One pickup, has the pickup date, where it was picked up from, has the drop-off date, okay? Where it was dropped off at. Our fee, 10% of that, $160. Subtotal, $160. Total due, $160. We have, and we also attach to it the confirmation sheet. It has two attachments where we attach the confirmation sheet and the load fee agreement and the dispatch agreement, all that get attached to it to remind them, hey, there's your signature that you signed on the dispatch agreement. Hey, there's the confirmation sheet where you pick that load up, and hey, there's that VOL too, by the way. Okay? All right. That's what we send out. That's how we collect money. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Hopefully everybody got that. Everybody sees that and sees how that's done. All right.
One quick thing. At the bottom of the dispatch agreement, there's an old date. Are we allowed to edit that for the current date? At the very bottom?
You can. It doesn't really matter if you can edit the date. You don't really have to. Hold on. Let me find my dispatch agreement again. Give me a second here. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me find my dispatch agreement again. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
The date down here, yeah. I mean, you can change that date if you want to. I mean, the only date that's really going to matter is this one right here.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where they sign. That's
right.
That's where they sign. Okay, their company name goes here, their signature goes there, and then down here is where your company name and your signature goes there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So this date right here doesn't really matter. The date that really matters is right here. This date could be because you can just have signed this and have that. You can have electronic signature there saying that this is the date that this was created, and you sign it. Then when you send it out, your date is always here, or the date you sign.
And it gets sent to dispatch at RBBS.
Yeah, and then when they sign it, that's the date that it becomes effective here, because that's why they have a date where they get to sign to and put their date. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
Dispatch at RBBS?
Yeah, dispatch at rbbstransport.com is where it's going to go to. Okay? Or so you can do that. You can have also, here's what I would do. I would have them to send it to you, and then you CC us in it, or then you forward it over to us. Because remember,
that'll work.
These are your clientele.
Okay.
And you want to have the dispatch agreement in your possession. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So these are your clients. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Whoo. Boy. Okay. Here we go. All right. So let's get back to the questions. All right, we got a new Charles Money. I learned a great deal in the background. Brandy Lane. I don't know what that's about, Brandy. Brandy's wrong emojis. All these crying, laughing faces. That's okay. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions before we move to a little bit of load board training? Yeah, cause y'all know it's coming. Y'all know we gotta have load board training in every class. We gotta have some load board training. All right. So that was a question and answer segment. Let's move on to the load board training. Auto hauling is coming. It is coming. We are looking to have the access to the website Central Dispatch coming up this week. So it's coming. Regina, what's your question?
Calvin.
Yes, ma'am.
Speaking of the auto hauling, I know you said it was going to go through Central Dispatch. Would it be a good idea that if we got auto carriers to sign them to a dispatch agreement?
You said you signed one to a dispatch agreement?
No, I talked to a guy. He's got like 5 trucks. He's an auto hauler, and he has other partners that does the same thing. Yeah. Would it be a good idea to sign them to a dispatch agreement in that way?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold up on that though, because the dispatch agreement that we have with the auto haulers is really going to be a lot different. Because remember, we're not paid a percentage on auto haulers. Because with auto haulers, we don't just get 10%. There's no percentage. We negotiate our money is paid to us by it's not paid to us by the auto hauler. Is literally because of the way it operates, the carrier is going to pay the auto hauler in full what they're paid at the drop, because they're going to get paid at the drop. Not the carrier, the car dealership. The car dealership is going to pay the auto hauler at the drop. And the way our contract reads with that is because in auto hauling, we are not brokers, nor are we dispatchers. We're going to be set up. It's kind of complicated because we have our contracts with our contract is going to be with the car dealers. You know what I'm saying? Our contract is with the car dealers. Our contract is a 2-part contract. We've got a contract with the car dealers, and we've got a contract with the auto haulers. Our contract with the car dealers is based on how the auto hauler is paid, which means the auto hauler gets their money at the drop. They're paid by the car dealership directly at the drop. So when they drop their load, the car dealership is going to bring them out a check. Here's your cut. And that's you need to pay the auto hauler. Okay, the auto hauler gets paid. The 170, whatever the case may be. We are in turn are going to be contracting with each car dealership, and we're actually in an independent contractor deal with the car dealership themselves. So you won't need to send the auto hauler a dispatch agreement. Okay, it's a legal loophole really that our law firm was able to find for us, while we can and the whole key to this is because of the legality of it. That auto hauler is going to have to be paid at the drop, and that's how we're going to be negotiating with the car dealership to pay them at the drop. So in other words, we would not be on the line for paying the auto haulers.
Okay.
When they drop their load, they're paid. They're done. Every load that every car load that we run, all of the auto haulers who are pulling loads for us will be paid at the dealership. They will be paid at the dealership. Okay, so we in turn will be acting as an agent for the car dealers, really. So,
okay.
But when we get that contract set up, we'll be sending it out to each of you all, because you're going to have to, when you talk with the car dealership, you're going to have to get the car dealership to sign that independent contractor's contract to allow us to ship cars to find carriers to move their cars. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? Anybody? I'm learning in the back. Charles Monday as well. Okay, Brandy. You get Charles, got your own little conversation going on there. Cool. All right. Y'all riding in the back seat, I guess. Both y'all back there just riding and learning, huh? All right. Let's see here. What we got? Low board training. Low board training. Low board training. Everybody's excited about low board training. Let's get on some low boards. All right. We're going to open up these low boards. Triples path. Now, you all notice that we probably don't have any loads on the load board today, probably because I could have posted the loads on there today, but I woke up I'm not going to lie to you, I woke up late, and I knew I had this course coming up, and I went ahead and jumped on it, and I will get some loads on there later on after this, but we probably don't have any loads on there because I didn't send any loads out this morning. And we don't really get loads on the weekends anyway. Okay, what we get is we get a load list late Friday, like around about 4 or 5 o'clock Friday afternoon before they leave, because the shipper's not open on the weekends, so we can't call them to book loads on the weekend anyway. So and we don't normally get loads. We never get loads on the weekends. I'll take the last list that we get on Friday night and use that and post it for the weekend loads. So that's essentially what they are. The Friday night loads that we get are really for Monday, but we post them just so we have loads on the load board. Okay, but you're not going to be able to call them and book those loads anyway, which gives us a good opportunity to do what? Show you all how to find trucks. A lot of you were asking the question about how do I find trucks other than what? Flatbed trucks. All right, just to show you here. All right. In 1, 2, 3 is not as easy to do, but in truckloads it's very easy to do. Because you'll notice in 1, 2, 3, right? You see, we don't have any loads. So when we don't have loads in 1, 2, 3, you really can't get access to the loads unless you post loads. You can't get access to the trucks unless you post loads. So if you don't have loads posted to 1, 2, 3, you're not going to get access to the trucks. All right. What you can do is you can go up to the load searches and things like that, and you can search loads, but you just can't get access to trucks. Okay. So you can search loads, but you just can't get access to finding the trucks that's close by load unless you post a load. But never fret, never but never fret. That's the word I'm looking for. You can go over to truckloads. That's why we have what? Different load boards. We have truckloads, we have truckers pass, we have 1, 2, 3, we have truckers pass, and we also have good old All Freight Connect. We have good old All Freight Connect. We have good old All Freight Connect. And a lot of you don't use All Freight Connect. I don't know why. Y'all need to start getting on All Freight. All Freight got some stuff going on. And we're gonna go over there here today. We're gonna log into All Freight here real quick. Show y'all what's going on with All Freight. Come on, All Freight. Talk to me, All Freight. All Freight taking this time. So remember login area. Let that load up. Alright, but on truckloads, here's what you can do on truckloads. If you're looking for trucks, all you do is you go, you log in, it's gonna take you to our dispatch area, right? You're not gonna see loads because we don't have loads in the day. You're gonna do what's called truck search. When you click truck search, look at what happens. You have a time load up here. If I still got my internet going on here, I think I do, yeah. Alright, when you pull up truck search, look what happens. It pulls up all these trucks. Now, let's say you want to just look for reefer trucks. A lot of you are talking about you want to look for reefer trucks. You want to look for something more than flatbeds. Click over here where it says equipment. See right here? And I have all states. So you can look them up by the state, or you can look them up in every state. Let's say you want to look for reefer trucks in Florida. If you want to look for reefer trucks in Florida, trying to get some of that seafood money. Where's my Florida load? There we go. Trying to get some of that seafood money. Okay, there we go. Okay, you want to look up reefers. You unclick the any. You unclick everything else, and you click reefer only. And then you click search, and it pulls up all the reefer trucks in Florida. It also gives you a map of the area where they're at. You know, it tells you pretty much, you know, what location. You know, you got the locations here or where they're located at. In Jacksonville, you pull them up. Look what it does. Over here, it pulls up the carriers in Jacksonville. You want to start tracking them, you can track them if you want to. Okay? You want to come down here close to Tampa, pull it up, jump down there to the Tampa truck. You see that? See how that works? And he pulls up all the information on that truck. You can call them up, talk to them. You know, got the numbers on it, everything else. So you can call them up, pitch them. Say, hey, I'm part of the National Network's dispatchers. Want to see if I can help you make some money? How much money do you need to run loads? And you just start your pitch with them. You go into your sales pitch with them. You know, how much money do you need to run loads? You say, okay, well, shoot, let's over that. Why? Well, because we are a national network of dispatchers, and we understand that not every carrier can run every load for the same price as every other carrier can, because you as an owner-operator, your expenses may be different than another carrier's expenses. So you have a certain amount of money that you need to make money on the loads that you run. And I'm here to find you the loads that match your pricing criteria. So you tell me that you need loads of $2.25 per mile. All I'm going to do is look for loads that are running $2, that are paying $2.25 per mile. And I'm not going to call you with anything less than that. Okay? If you tell me you only want to run loads on the lower half of the United States and you don't want to go up in the mountains in the snow, that's all I'm going to look for. If you tell me that all your loads got to be at least 500 miles in the length that the loads are running, then I'm going to cater my search to just that. Then I'm not going to call you within the loads unless they're paying $2.25 or more per mile. They're in the bottom half of the country, and they're running at least 500 miles in length. How's that sound to you? Now, if you can't get 7 out of the 10 carriers you call and pitch that to sign up, then you need to start practicing in the mirror on your pitch. Because there's nothing wrong with that pitch. The only thing that can be wrong with it is how it is delivered. And that's what I mean by becoming a better salesperson. You all got to learn to use your voice, okay? How your voice sounds at certain times, how it goes up and down, how it gets louder or softer, how it becomes more inviting or it gets more excited. You got to be able to learn to use your voice as a sales tool, because that is the most important tool you have in this industry, is your voice. Because it doesn't matter how many loads you have. It doesn't matter what your loads are paying. It doesn't matter how many load boards you got access to. What really matters is how you sound to that person on the other end of that phone. Whether you are going to have the type of pitch that's going to get them to say, you know what, I like this person. I like her. I like him. He's got enthusiasm. He sounds really sincere. She sounds really sincere about wanting to help me. And I love their approach of being able to just looking for those that I need, because they understand. You see what I'm saying? You gotta sell them. If you don't sell them, you ain't gonna make no money in this business. I'm just being honest with you. You gotta be a salesperson. I say this every training call we have. You gotta be a salesperson. You gotta be a salesperson. You got to be a salesperson. And I'm going to say it one more time. You got to be a salesperson. Okay? So learn how to be a better salesperson, and I guarantee you'll make a lot more money. All right? But this is how you find your trucks. You go in here, you put in what you're looking for, whether it's reefer, flatbed, step deck, power only, or other. Okay? In the other, let's see what pulls up. It's going to pull up some stuff. What's the other? And let's go nationwide, because we don't want to do others just in Florida, because other probably encompasses a lot of different trucks. Some of the other categories that's pulling up, see, it's not pulling up very many of them. You got a double drop, you got a hopper bottom, you got a dump trailer, you got a low boy, you got a hopper, and you got a couple more hopper bottoms. Okay, those are the others those are the ones that are pulling up on here. Okay, so when and I would use multiple load boards when you're doing stuff like this. You're on truckloads and you're looking for the carriers. Okay, if you're looking for carriers, go back to reefer here again. Looking for carriers, and you're looking for these reefer trucks. When you find one, okay, you're gonna pull them up. All right, you're gonna call them up. Then I would go back to where? Here. 1, 2, 3. When he tells you where he's at, and you've gotten to agree to let him find your load, go back to here, and then you look for him a load. Why? Because you got both of them open. You got his stuff open, so you can jump back over here to him real quick, and you can kind of see what he's got going on. And you can jump back over here, and you can find him loads off of what? Load off of what's called. Now let's say you find this guy a load, you go over here, you talking with this guy, and you see where he's at. Where is he at? Where's this guy at? Oh, he was right here. He's in Colorado. Yep, that's where he's at. All right, that's where he's at. He is in. Yep, he's in Colorado. All right, so let's say he's in Colorado. All right, he is from Denver. Let's kind of track him a little bit. Cargo carrier, and you can actually track it. You can actually track it if you got his phone number. But you got his phone number. Hold up here. Pick up. Oh no, that's where if you want to track him from once he starts running. But you can track it on truckloads once you get him and once you get him moving. But he's in Colorado. But let's say he is looking for a load, okay? And you go over here, you find him a load, and let's say he tells you he wants something coming from Boulder. All right, he wants something coming from Boulder. But let's say he says, oh, you know what? I like running in the mountains. That's all I want to run. I don't want to run down in Florida and nothing like that. I want to stay in the mountains. Okay, Because he's from that area. He's probably used to it. So you're gonna go to the map, and you're gonna give him everything from all up on this top part of the map. You're gonna click all this stuff. I mean, you're gonna give him a little bit of California too, Nevada. So he got a lot of stuff that he can run. Let's say he likes running up here during the cold weather in the mountains and stuff. So you're gonna check all this up here. You're gonna check all this up here for him because he like that kind of stuff. All right, you're gonna check all that, and you're gonna go find this guy some cold mountain loads. So that's his thing. You're gonna run him all up in these mountains, give him a little bit of Tennessee. It's got some mountains in it too. All right, so that's what you're gonna run him at. Okay, you're gonna run him all over this, and you're gonna search for him some loads, and he's a reefer, right? Then you're gonna run down here, and let's say he tells you, okay, I only want, because I'm a reefer, I want some good paying loads. I want my loads running at $3 per mile or better. Okay, which we'll see if we can find that for him. But let's say he wants to pick up on Monday. He wants to pick up on Monday. All right, that's a mile or better. All right, let's say he wants all loads that's starting. He wants loads no less than 500 miles. So that the length. Well, no, we're not gonna put a thing on the length because that's for the length of the trailer. All right, you're gonna go down here. You're gonna click the other options. I'm sorry. You're gonna click the other options, and you're gonna click payment rates. Why? Because you're looking for loads that are paying money. So you're gonna look for you all want this to show you loads that are actually paying money, and I'm gonna show you how to find the highest paying loads first. So you want to waste your time on low paying loads. You don't want to waste your time really on these loads that don't have a rate posted. Okay, because you're trying to find this guy what he wants. So you click search and go to more, and it pulls up a few loads. It's not, you don't have a very many of them in reefer loads. For some reason, 1, 2, 3 doesn't. For some reason, I don't think 1 through 3 carries a whole bunch of reefer loads. Because I've noticed that anytime I pull up reefer loads for 1, 2, 3, it doesn't give me a whole bunch of them like it normally would with flatbeds or dry beds. But we've got some reefer loads. And they're definitely not paying what I think reefer loads should be paying, which backs up my thing again. A lot of reefer loads are contracted loads. But let's go. Now here, you notice you didn't find, there's not very many good paying reefer loads on here. There's hardly any good paying reefer loads on here. But remember I told y'all about All Freight Connect? Let's go to All Freight Connect. Okay? Show you how they operate. Okay, let's go to All Freight Connect. Let's look at refrigerated goods. Okay, let's look at, he's in Colorado, right? Picking up in Colorado. Now let's look at destination. Well, we're gonna say various right now. And truck type, let's say reefer. Where's the reefer? Flatbed, hot shot. And see, here's what I like about All Freight Connect. A lot of y'all were talking about finding hot shots and things like that. All Freight Connect seems to have every category covered. You notice here they've got All Freight, they got box truck, they got car carriers, they got car couriers, container trucks, crate trucks, dry van, dump trucks, step decks, semis, flatbeds, food transport, heavy recovery, hopper bottoms, hot shot services. A lot of y'all were asking me about hot shot services, but you seem to be just not looking at All Freight Connect, okay? And if you look at All Freight Connect, you see that they got a lot of the stuff that y'all have been asking about. It's in here. So y'all need to start checking out All Freight Connect. But right now we're looking for reefer. We're looking for the reefer vehicle. All right? And let's click search and see what we get in Colorado. Nothing in Colorado on there. Let's go back. Let me change my search criteria a little bit. See what they got. Freight. Let's just say various. let's say truck type, reefer. So what type of reefer loads they do have. You got the reefer, and let's say pickup. I don't think they really got anything in Colorado right now. Because remember, it's extremely cold up there right now. Y'all do know that, right? So they probably got everything shut down. They probably not finding anything in that area. But let's look for, just for the purposes of looking for something, let's just look for reefer loads. See what reefer loads they do have. I'm trying to confirm my suspicions. All right, here are the reefer loads that they do have. They got quite a few reefer loads, but it looks like Ohio to Belfort. Now, one thing about All Freight Connect, I did notice that there's not a way to search for the loads that are paid a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me log in. Probably why it's not. Members area. So let's get loaded. Okay, I'm already logged in. Okay, my bad, I'm already logged in. Okay. You can search for you can search for loads, but in All Freight Connect, it doesn't really give you the a way to actually. It doesn't give you a way to actually look at the hold up here. It doesn't give you a way to look at the actual the amount. You actually have to call the broker that posted that load. I'm trying to see how you pull this up now. You used to have a way for you to click on it and it would just open it up. I'm not sure if I'm logged in properly or not, but and that's probably one of the reasons why we don't use All Freight Connect a whole lot, because their system is not all together. Give me a second. Let's see if we can get this working right. Get All Freight working right. But you can pull up a bunch of carriers on here if you're looking for certain types of carriers. I know a lot of y'all are looking for hot shot services and things like that. I don't know if my internet is just not working right, or is it must be their site, because I'm clicking on stuff and nothing's happening with them. So we'll get back to them when we get back to them. But if you want to just find trucks, you can find them here through truckloads. You can find them here through All Freight when it's working right. Yeah, here's the hot shots ones. If you want to get some hot shot services, you can go here and find hot shot services with All Freight. I think that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know why it's showing me that I'm logged in, so it must be their site. It must be their site. But you can find the trucks you want through Truckers Path, and you can find your loads you want through Truckers Path, 123, and All Freight. All right, let's get back over here. Anonymous. All right, we got a couple of questions. Todd, when I go to Trucker Path, hold up here. Okay. Can you do the real-time call for us? We can. Give me a second. When I go to Trucker Path, it doesn't let me log in. It won't let you log in. Okay. For box trucks, I did not see. All right. Well, let's do a real-time call. Somebody wants us to do a real-time call real quick here. I normally don't like to do real-time calls unless we have loads that are loaded up. But we're going to do one anyway because we don't have any loads loaded up. But so we can't do one that's showing you how to flip because we don't have loads in the load board today. That's one of the things about going on Saturday. If we haven't sent loads in, they're not going to be the load board. But what we are going to do is we're going to do a real-time call to truck loads. Okay? And let's call this guy up. Who is this? 813. Let's call him up. All right. What we got here? Cherry Cargo Carrier. We're going to call up Cherry Cargo Carrier. Let's find their number. There it is right there. 818-572-6476. You have reached a number that has been disconnected. Well, that carrier is no longer, either it's the wrong number or they're just not in service right now. Let's find somebody else. Let's find a different carrier. Let's try Panda Express. Let's try that one. 559-301-4243. Hey, how you doing? This is Calvin Butler with the National Network of Dispatchers. I see you have a reefer truck. You have a reefer truck?
No.
You don't have a reefer truck?
Oh my God.
What type of truck do you have?
I'm a driver. I don't have a truck.
Oh, you're a driver?
Yes.
Are you an owner-operator?
No, driver.
Oh, you're a company driver?
Yes.
Okay, which company do you work for?
Liberty Line.
I'm sorry?
Liberty Line?
Liberty Lines, okay. Do they allow you all to run your own loads, or do they have you all on contracted loads?
No, they give me money per mile.
Okay, so you're just straight company driver, and they just run y'all how they want to run you all. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, I bothered you. I was looking for an owner operator.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Now, as you all can see, that was not an owner operator. Okay, and that's one of the things you're going to run into when you're just looking for trucks on truckloads, because truckloads will post all trucks. You're just looking up all trucks. We need to find an owner operator on truckloads. Now, if we were on, and that's the thing about posting loads. If we had our loads posted today and we were on 1, 2, 3, we could definitely go and find nothing but owner operators, because our loads only allow us to, they're only going to match us, because 1, 2, 3 matches trucks with our loads. And our loads only call for owner operators to run those loads. So it's only going to show us owner operators. But on truckloads, they have all trucks. They have owner operators. They have everything you can think of on what you call it. But let's see if we can look up and find an owner operator. Let's just go for, let's try a flatbed. See if we can find an owner operator. American Eagles Quest JN Transport. That sounds like an owner operator. Doesn't that sound like an owner operator, y'all? Let's see here. DOT number, insurance, email, AOL. Yeah, he sounds like an owner operator. Call him up. If I can't get him on it, we're not gonna make any more phone calls. We're getting close to running almost 2 hours now. 330 and 0871. Hi, now I speak to Mr. Maldonado.
Yeah,
Hey, Mr. Maldonado, how you doing? I see you have a flatbed truck.
what?
You have a flatbed truck,
Yeah.
and you're an owner operator.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, my name is Calvin Butler. I'm with the RBBS National Network of Dispatchers, and we're just calling you to see how much money you need to run your to run loads and see if we can find some loads.
Oh, okay. By the like a factoring company or?
No, we're a dispatching firm. We're a national dispatching firm, and what we do is we cater our search to what you need, because we understand that not every carrier can run loads for the same amount of money. Because you may have more expenses than the next guy, or the next guy may not have the same expenses that you have. So you basically just tell us what you like to run, what type of miles, how much money you need. If you need $2.25 per mile to run your truck, that's all we're going to look for. We're not going to look for anything less than $2.25. If you tell me that you want to run at least 500 miles and you need $2.25 a mile and you don't want to go up in the mountains, you want to be on the lower half of the country, that's all we're going to look for. And we're only going to call you when we get loads that have that type of criteria. So I'm only going to call you when I got loads to offer you that's more than $2.25 per mile, going more than 500 miles, and not going up in the mountains. And when I do call you, I'm going to try to give you at least 3 options. And how's that sound to you?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does. All right. So, what do you say you let us start finding some loads and see if we can help you make some more money? And then you just pay us whenever you get paid, and I can shoot you over my dispatch agreement, and you can take a look at it. Oh, I think we dropped the call. I think we dropped the call. I hate that because he sounds like he's up in the mountains too. and I hate that because it was a pretty good call. We was actually about to. I'm gonna see if I can call him back. Hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can call him back because I think we dropped the call for him. Let me see if I can get him back on the line because I think he was ready to. Let me find this number and call him back. Let's see what's up. Yeah, I think the call got dropped. Oh, there it is. It's coming through. All right. Yeah, I did have him. Hold on. So I can get him back. I don't think I'm going to be able to pick him back up. But he was up there in the mountains. I know he was in the mountains. Yeah. All right. But that's the problem we have when you call truckers sometimes. They be in areas when you can't really get him back. But I will call him back. I'm gonna call him back. But he was on Trucker's Path, and I am going to call him back. And I got his number, so I will call him back. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably just send it out on y'all in the chat group. I'm not going to put it on here because I don't want people seeing this guy's number. But I'm going to put it out in the chat group and let you all try to contact them back. But you see how the process goes. Look, if you pitch this right, there's not a whole lot of people who are going to say no to you. But it's all in your pitch. And that was just a straight cold call pitch. We had no trucks, okay? And this goes to show you don't need loads. This right here goes to show you do not need loads. So when I hear you all complaining about, oh, we ain't got enough loads, oh, I need more load boards, oh, I need this, dial 1-800-WHAM, because that's all you're doing. You're whining. Okay, dial 1-800-WHAM, because you don't need loads. You don't need more load boards. You need to sit down and teach yourself how to become a better salesperson. You need to start paying attention to what we're trying to get you all to understand. This is not about loads. This is not about what the loads are paying. This is not, because all freight is good freight. It doesn't have anything to do with that. Okay? Now, I'm not going to put the number out on here because, remember, this is being recorded and people are seeing this. So we're not going to put this guy's number out for the world to see. Okay? That's not what we're going to do. I'll send it over to you all at some point in time. But but you don't need more loads. You need to become a better salesperson, because that was a straight cold call. I mean, that's like telemarketing type stuff. Straight cold call. We didn't have any loads posted. Okay? We just called up a truck driver whose number was there, and we gave him a straight pitch. Okay? My name is so and so and so. I am with such and such and such. We are this. What we do is this. How much money do you need to run your truck? Because we understand, and I went right into the pitch. Okay? That's how you make money. That's how you make money. And once you get that pitch in, and you get that guy signed up to hold on, I think this guy called me back. And you get that guy signed up, no, that was somebody else. You get that guy signed up to a dispatch agreement. You get him signed up to a dispatch agreement, and then you're going to find him a load, and then you make some money. And you keep making money because you just keep him running. But that's how you make money in this business, by being a better salesperson. And that is the perfect example of showing you all that all you need is a telephone, a computer with access to the load boards, and you can make all the money you want to make. You don't need no loads. You don't need any shippers. You don't need loads. You don't need none of that. Because without any of that, you still know how to what? You still know how to sell. And that's where you're going to make your money, in learning how to be a salesperson. All right? All right. With that being said, I think that is a perfect way to end this session. It was a great question and answer session. I know a lot of y'all got the questions in you wanted. And I had been seeing a lot of questions on the chat group, so that's why today was mostly question and answers. And I just thought I heard him say that exactly. Hold up here. Somebody was just saying, Ronald Evans says, I thought I just heard him say that exactly. That's when we have loads posted that they would be matched. Exactly. But yeah, Ronald, when we have loads that are posted, it will match the exact type of carriers with those loads. So that's how we know what type of loads, what type of carriers we call them when we have the loads that are posted. But on a day like this, when we have no loads posted, don't think that you all can't make money. And this is a good way to prove my point that you don't need loads to make money. You don't need loads to make money as a dispatcher, because you still got to be a salesperson and learn how to go out and create business. And that's essentially what we show you all how to do. We're showing you all how to create your own business, how to create clientele from nothing. So that's what we just did. We just made a cold call and we got nothing. We got no loads posted, nothing. We just called a random driver up and said, hey, let me help you make some money. And as you all can see, he was ready to say, yeah, help me make some money, because of the pitch. and how it was delivered. So learn how to be salespeople. All right. I thank you all again. I thank you all so much for joining the program. Like I said, a lot of exciting things are in the near future. We've got some people on here right now that are doing some big things. They're landing some really, really, really good deals, and they're setting themselves up nicely to have their business set up and make a ton of money and do the things that they need to do. Like I said, congratulations to those of you who landed some pretty big deals this week. We've got some people that we're looking to get some stuff set up for, some contract that are coming on. Thanks to those guys who are sending over those truckloads and sending over those carriers, and we're going to get those posted and sent out to you all so you all can start calling up those carriers, see if you can get them signed to a dispatch agreement and see if you can get them to run some of those loads. Don't forget, referral fee. We have the referral program. You refer people in, you get paid. And let's just get out there and make some calls, man, because look, money is out there that's to be made by each and every last one of you. I know all of you have what it takes. You know, I talk to you all constantly all the time, so I know you. And a lot of you have exactly what it takes to be monsters in this business. You really do. But I can't do it for you. Okay? I give y'all all the tools, resources, and everything else, but I can't do it for you. Welcome back, Charles Monday. Glad to have you back, and we'll see you all next time on our training next Saturday, 10:15. Promise to have some loads posted next Saturday. I promise I have loads posted next Saturday, so we'll be able to go in there and look at some loads and do some direct load bookings and things like that. Again, thank y'all again. I'll catch y'all next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Later, everybody.